Good evening, everybody. Wanted to do another video for the raffle, just to kind of give everybody an update on what's going on. We got some new prizes that are going to be included, so just wanted to go over that with everybody. First off, 8 days left to buy online tickets. So if you don't get them bought before Monday night at 7, you have to be at the pool to purchase a ticket. So you get 8 days to buy them online yet through Klint's website. I'll leave a link to that in the top of the video. So first off, first place prize is this 1/16 scale replica of the Dark Horse White, owned by the Kevin King family. With that prize, there'll be a t-shirt donated. Kevin is going to donate some shirts to give to the raffle winners. And then also with this, we will have a framed photo that is donated by Ryan Rusnick. It will be at the pool. This tractor, or you can choose $1,000 cash from Matt Castor at Front Street Farm Toys. This prize will be drawn Saturday night. Tickets are 1 for $10, 3 for $20, or 20 for $100. And then we have a second place prize, which will be these 1/64 scale replicas of the Schrammick's Youngblood and Legacy tractors. And then you'll also get a t-shirt, and there's a $100 cash donation from Pullers for Childhood Cures. And that is a group that my buddy Brian Lively and some of his antique pullers have put together. They do a big part in the Tunica thing, where they build that antique tractor every year, and they raffle it off for St. Jude's. So those guys are pretty awesome. They threw in a $100 cash donation. And then the two 64 scale replicas were donated by Scott Gustafson at Scott Gustafson Farm Toys. He will be at the tractor pull at the toy show selling toys. So if you've never been to Shipshewana before, they have a toy show going on during the tractor pull. So he will be there set up. If you need any pulling stuff or farm toys, he will probably be your guy. He's got a lot of cool stuff. He buys a lot of my pullers, and I do a lot of business with him. So greatly appreciate him donating this stuff. So second prize, these two replicas, t-shirt, $100 cash. That will be raffled Saturday afternoon. The third place prize will be Friday night, and it is a 1/64 scale replica of this Bungart sled. It's blue in color. And then also a t-shirt will be included in that as well. This was donated by Scott Gustafson as well. So big shout out to him. Thank you. Appreciate it. We will be out Friday and Saturday to sell raffle tickets, me and Julie. I think Klint said that they'll probably sell them Wednesday and Thursday as well, because he said last year a lot of people was asking about them. So if you can't get them bought before Monday online and you're going to be at the pool, you can buy them there. I think that's all I wanted to touch base with. So I just wanted to do another video. Sometimes kind of cooler than pictures and just typing it out. So I got quite a bit of stuff left to get done before the pool. A lot of assembly. Hopefully I don't glue my fingers together before then, but should be a good time. Looking forward to it. It's been a couple years since we've been out to help in person with the raffle. So I'm kind of looking forward to coming out and seeing everybody and checking out the new facility. So, but anyway, buy early, buy often. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who has supported me in the past with doing this. I appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck with winning. Big shout out to Klint and the What Smoking crew. They just kind of let me do what I want as far as picking toys, but this year they kind of put this one in my they gave me this idea and I liked it, so we went with it. Sharp looking tractor, something different. So appreciate everybody. God bless and good luck.
Sunday. We'll sell you the seat, but you only need the edge.
Welcome, everybody. It's Midwest Winter National Super Bowl week, baby. Charles, I'm so pumped. I feel like a kid in a candy store, and I'm not.
I'm ready to go.
But I was told if I was on cocaine, I'd be awesome. I'm just going to throw that out there right away. So We got it. Did we unmute everybody? Can you guys unmute yourself? Joe, Carl, can you unmute yourself? Zolik, there we are. Welcome, everybody. We're doing a special show tonight. Travis Hostetler is sending me pictures like the track's there, the sleds are there. I'm going to post that up there. Tucker's here. Zolik's here. Carl's here. Carl's still muted. Joe Hurd's here. Charles?
I am here.
It's Midwest Winter Nationals week, baby. Let's talk.
Go!
It is.
As old radical red shirt. Yeah.
Charles, what hat do you have on tonight?
I'm trying to remain neutral, so there everything I'm wearing you will not see there. You will not see vintage Redline Fever. You will not see anything powered by Brad Anderson engine. So no hate mail. Thank you. Good.
Carl, you need to click on that little mute button by your name and unmute yourself. And then Zolik, Ryan, do you want to be muted right now? You guys doing some bad stuff, or what do you got going on?
We're just talking about Joe.
Is that better? You guys hear me now?
There
Yes.
you go, Carl.
Rock on. There we go.
Charles is running the show tonight. He is him and Carl will be the voice, your main announcers here this year at the Midwest Winter Nationals. But I'd like to go around the screen. Zolik, introduce yourself, what you do for What Smoking Promotions. Bring Tucker on there. Then we'll go to Carl. Then we'll go to Joe, and then Charles is going to run with it. So.
Okay. You guys can hear me?
Yep. Hold on. I got to make you big. First of all, go Packers. The Lions suck.
Yeah. Yep. Go Pack Go.
Hey, hold on a minute. Hold on. Mute everybody.
And I'm so glad Illinois whooped Wisconsin's ass in basketball. And I saw that picture yesterday, Zolik. I felt so bad for you, you big bagger.
You should have seen these guys down here 3 months ago. They were going to the Final Four, going to the game. They wanted to put bags over their heads. Then afterward, now they're the Big
I love it.
So can you all hear me?
The Seahawks won.
Yeah.
We got nothing to play for other than giving Rodgers a nice big enema like he likes to get down south.
Look, I thought
it
it doesn't matter if Detroit wins. They have no chance now.
No, they can only knock us out.
They cannot win. We can only knock the Packers out.
You can only spoil the play.
Yep.
Ryan, you look like the blue M&M that accidentally got stuck in the winter bag of green and red ones.
No, we got the most important guys just showed up. So
I agree. Zolik, you're always behind the camera. I mean, you made the website. That website's badass. You do all the live streaming. Talk about what you do for What's Smoking.
Sure. So we've tried to move into the 21st century with the registration process, and we did something new again this year, and for the most part, it worked out pretty well. And so we've gone through the lineups the last couple weeks, which we knew people were on the dynos, and the Dino Monsters got a pretty good chunk of people, but we still have a great show lined up. And so the website, of course, the live stream. This is year 4 for us personally doing the live stream. So we've learned a lot in the last 4 years with that. Those I think it's worked out pretty well. People kind of figured out our system now. And of course, we got. I want to thank Brent Yarn, who comes down and runs our end zone camera, and Mike Post for running starting line camera for us for this event. Jesse Post for helping out. He does is the main photographer for our website and what we use for photos on the Facebook. He does pretty much all the social media posts during the event for us. So his help. So there's a lot of people just on our side, on the back side as well, that helps make it go. And this has been since September for this part of the process for us now.
And I have the link for the live stream up there. I'm going to put in the comments right now for everybody. If you can't make it, the live stream is great. Ryan has great graphics. You can hear the announcers right through there. It's a great live stream, and I encourage all of you to support that. Ryan, do you have any people that bought tickets already, or all season passes so far?
Yeah, yep, nope, we've had good sales so far, and of course, the week of the event is always the most.
Yep.
That's when people buy it. So if you go through, you buy it, get an email confirmation, and then you go through that email link, and that takes you.
Great deal. JR, slide over towards Zolik. State your name, the last four of your social security number, and that little 3-digit card.
Bill, you ain't getting any of that.
Who are you and what do you do?
I don't do nothing.
Oh, whatever.
I just show up.
He just shows up.
Well, JR does a ton for this event and helping with
He's a big talker, as you can tell.
Yeah, he's
all the logistics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hauling everything up there.
He keeps the starting line moving.
He's our logistics coordinator.
Yep.
Cool.
Not
Tucker,
very good at it either.
introduce yourself. Put your face on the camera. Say hi to everybody. Put your face on the camera and say hi to everybody. That guy right there has the vision to put all this together. Yes. Well said. Ryan, is Brooke around at all?
He's asleep.
Yeah, she's resting.
Fair enough.
But
Okay.
yeah, so she's the person in charge of all the people that make the tickets and the registration process goes. And of course, Maria, Clint's sister, and of course Kara. And then Nick helps on the track, the entire family, for them involved.
Perfect. All right.
We also have, like, the king of the Wombas here, too. Woody's
here.
What?
Woody, you gotta come over here.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Hold on. I gotta put Woody.
Come on.
Woody, get
Come
over
on,
here.
Woody.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
What's
There
up,
he is.
Woody?
Woody,
Hey, Woodrow.
Nice.
Woody, state your name and the last four of your social.
I don't know that.
I know you don't, but it's all good.
So, since Woody's standing there on camera, we got to throw one question at him.
Yeah.
Where's all the no rev limit 360 Western tractors in the class? How come it's all Ohio 410s and Eastern big blocks?
Don't have enough muscles underneath the hood.
Well, you better sell them some.
I'm going to. It's called Nitro.
What do they sound like?
All right.
Hey, and he is bringing his gummy bears.
Yes, I got gummy bears.
Those are important.
Attaboy.
Yeah, he's had them fermenting for a week already, so they ought to be in prime soakability.
14 days.
Fermented or
14
smoked,
days.
because the reaction may vary.
Yeah. Reaction may vary.
Okay. Joe,
Yo.
state your name and tell us why we care about you.
Oh, Joe Hurd, because I'm here, I guess. I'm just the guy that tries to make everything happen in the back.
Fair enough.
So,
Zolik,
before I forget to ask, hate to do it in public, do we have my nice little iPad where I can actually see if something happens up front this year? Talking about bringing technology into the new age, but nope, I'm just the guy in the back.
We'll come back to you, Joe. We'll come
Joe's
back to you.
requesting auto steer to be able to accomplish all that he does back in the pit area.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna come. Charles will come back to Joe. I just want to introduce everybody, and Joe just kicked himself off the show. I'm not sure what Joe did there, but that's fine. So,
see you, dude.
Justin, tell us about yourself a little bit and what your involvement is, and then we'll keep moving around the panel here, and then Charles is gonna take over. So,
I'm just a toy builder that likes to drink beer at the show.
well said. That's brilliant.
It's been a while since I've been there in person, so I'm sorry about that. But growing a family takes a lot of time.
Gustafson and I were talking yesterday and trying to figure out when the last time you guys were both there were. Was that
2 years ago?
5 years ago?
Last year they had it at Gordy or at Rantoul or Gifford. That was the last year. It would have been the oh shoot, which toy was that?
I like how he labels the show by the toys. I label the shows by the color of the sweatshirts.
Well, yeah, I know that it's been in Shipshewana for 2 years, and we haven't made it to either one of those. So, I know it's been at least 2 years.
Was Wheat Fed the last one out at Illinois?
No, it wasn't wheat fed. Oh shoot, I got a picture somewhere, but I don't remember where it's at of the list of the raffles.
We'll come back
That
to
was
you,
the year
Justin.
that we did John Meyer.
Well, there was 2 tractors that year. So John passed away that year, so we did that one, and there was another one, and I can't remember. My memory's getting terrible.
It was an old school pro stock.
Carl Wazinski. Carl.
Was that Clint's hero year? Clint's mentor guy?
Yeah.
It was Carl.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's
That
okay,
was
Justin.
so. Oh shoot. Richards. He built the model of that tractor too, and they auctioned it. Jeremy Richards built that. Remember, Clint?
Yep. Jeremy built Carl Wazinski's tractor, and you built mine.
Yep. So
Perfect.
that's what we did.
All right. Justin, we'll come back to you. I just want to introduce everybody, and then Charles is going to take over. Where'd Bruce go?
10-4.
Bruce, tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm a big guy with a camera. I stand around pushing buttons.
Well said. And sometimes you shave your beard off for money. You can be bought.
Sometimes I whore out my beard.
You can't say
Carl?
that on TV.
Good
this
thing
is
we're not
what-
on TV.
You can say it.
Well, it's basically
Yeah,
the
well, he
same
said.
thing. I'm gonna get one of
Carl.
those buzzer things like on Taboo, like can't say that.
Carl, talk to us.
Well, I am obviously Carl, and Charles was nice enough to ask me to come and help out down there. So I am probably the most qualified man to talk about nothing.
Welcome to
Which
the
is
club.
exactly why I hired you. Thank you, Carl.
So,
And the voice, the main MC of the Midwest Winter Nationals, Charles Poosh. Hey,
Yeah,
Charles,
you're
Can I
stuck.
bring my megaphone? Do you care if I bring my megaphone down there?
You can yell through that thing all you want to, but we won't
I'm gonna.
amplify your sound.
I'm going to go down by Tucker when he's smoking his cigarettes.
Tucker.
All good.
You're stuck with me and Carl for sure on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday we'll bring back Leroy as the third voice, and who knows who might show up as a special guest to subject you to their sounds. But I want to go back to Justin real quick and talk about the tractor that you're auctioning off this year. The decision, where did it come from to go to Kevin Engelking's wife? And further beyond that, how did we arrive at the Shriners Children's Hospital for this year's charity?
Well, that come from one other than the big king Klint himself. Usually, sometimes I get to pick, but that's just the one that he decided that. I guess his group got together and they talked about it and they thought that would be a good one. So he threw that idea out there, and well, sometimes I just like somebody to tell me what to do, so I just did it. And then I think, I don't know, Clint can chime in on this, but I guess they got a pretty good local Shriners Club there and stuff. So, anything we can do for the children, that's they're our future. So we got to be there for them because they can't help themselves. So, and I guess, since Kevin won the 4-1 class last year, that was kind of a big thing too. So, and it's a different color. We've done red, green, yellow, Massey. We've done all the other colors, so why not this one?
I know your years backed out on your build schedule. We've had that conversation, you and I personally, about some ideas
Yep.
of things I'd like to do. And I'm going to hit you up next week because I'm going to get on the list because heck with it, I'm tired of waiting. But talk a little bit about your process on doing these. I mean, you don't have to give away all the secrets, but you do a very, very good job of being one-to-one on replicating what these guys have in real life.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Right now I'm about 4 years out. I've kind of come to the conclusion where I got to kind of stop putting people on the books because it just keeps getting longer and longer. Like last year, we did the mechanical bull for the raffle, and Thurman Senior and his family, they took a couple models, and then he ordered some more. So, like when I built that tractor, I think I've ended up building 18 of them total. And those weren't even on my list.
Holy cow!
Those are just duplicates for different people, and I have collectors that aren't even tractor pullers, but they see my stuff and they want one. And so usually if I build a tractor, I probably end up building 10 of them, and 8 of them just go to people that don't even tractor pull. They're just collectors. So I never dreamt it would get as big as it did, but it has. So I don't know. I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't want to burn myself out of this. So I just kind of pick and choose a little bit per se. But
Got to be a passion project for you at this point, right?
Yeah, I guess. But doing this raffle every year, this right here, buddy, this has got something big in my heart, and I will always have a place for this. So I love this. So it's a good thing. Good group of people, good pull. Can't ask for anything better. So
thank you for that. I appreciate that very, very much. Let's go over to Klint. Let's talk about Shriners Children's Hospital. That's our charity this year. It touches a spot for me. Being involved for so many years with the guys down at Tunica for St. Jude's, this is in the same vein. Really like what we've chosen here.
Yeah, you can't compare us to St. Jude's.
Well, I mean, St. Jude's, we give away the real thing. It's not 1/16 scale. We give a real pillar away, but you know what? Look, we're not here to draw comparisons. It's not about that. It's about.
I know. I was just kidding. Boy, if we could raise that amount of money, whoo, we'd be doing something.
We came up with the Shriners because Mark Austin, who's helped us from day one in 2005. Mark does a lot of the jobs outside that everybody hates. That's parking the semis and trying to maximize our capacities of our parking lot. And Mark was the head of the Shriners in Charleston. And I talked to him this fall. I was like, hey, I said, we've done St. Jude's, and I said, we've never done Shriners, and you're a big part of it. So that's why we decided to go with the Shriners. And Mark tries to quit every year, so we got him for one more year because we're donating the Shriner money to him. I guilted him in to help him one more year. So, but Mark's one of my best friends. We enjoy each other's company, sometimes too much. And yeah, he's a good dude, hardworking guy, very humble, never takes any credit for anything. Constantly complains that I have too many semis, but he figures out a way to get them parked and get the guys inside the building to Joe, which is, he's the first guy you get to meet whenever you come to one of our events. He sits outside the whole day parking them semis for 2 days straight, and without him, it wouldn't work. It'd be a mess. Mark, he's done it at Gordyville, he's done it at DeCoin, he's done it at Shipshewana. He's done it all 3 places and does an amazing job. Can't thank him enough.
So for 2023, this really, what's on your screen right now, this is the why. Why are we there? We're going to get into some other reasons why we're there, but this is the big one. We want you to show up. We want you to buy the live stream if you can't be there in person yourself. But bigger than that, we want you to spend your money to support Shriners Children's Hospital. It means a lot to all of us who are behind this program. You're going to see the photo come Saturday night where we're all standing on the sand pile wearing a sweatshirt. Great. That's wonderful. This is really what it's about. It's the live auction money. It's the giveaways, the silent raffles, all the things we're going to do throughout the weekend. It's all going towards this, and I'm a huge believer in it. I'm excited that that's our charity this year, and hats off to you guys for choosing it. Glad that we're going to do it. So speaking of the guys who have to operate out in the parking lot, how excited are they about the forecast for this week, which does not include snow and temps above freezing?
That is a good
You just
thing.
said it out loud, so that means that now we're going to get a friggin' blizzard.
Yeah, we can't talk about the weather this soon. This is about every year.
It won't snow. We got fantastic snow insurance. It won't snow.
No, it won't. No, when your rear end is covered, yeah, it's not going to snow, and if it does, it'll be less than an inch. So
Yeah.
I guess the biggest thing I wanted to go over was our itinerary.
Yes, please, Joe, do that.
We mailed that out to everybody, and it is something that you can start your fire with in your fireplace, but don't do it until after the poll's over. Please read it. There's it's just like the FAQs of anything that you go and do, and you want to be prepared for it. The itineraries pretty much spells it all out. One of the biggest things, if you've been there, or especially for the new guys when you're getting there, Jason, can you pull? Where'd Jason go? He left the.
I'm here.
Yeah.
What would you like me to pull up, Mr. Hurd?
Could you pull up the overhead of the Mech Center? Either on Google Maps. It just makes it easier to see it.
So, like, is that on the website, Bud, or should I go to the Mech Center website?
Yeah, you can just go to either one and get there. Makes it easier to see it. But when you get to the pole, you'll come in on the north side, and the biggest no-no, I guess, is we have a limited amount of parking space there. So when you get there,
hey Joe,
yeah,
where's that at on their website?
It's on the Mech Center. It'd be under
facility specs, maybe.
Facility specs would be. It'll have an overview of the facility there.
Got it right here, buddy.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay. But as you pull in there on the north side, you'll see at the top right up here. Well, you got to get to the right picture. There's an overhead. Maybe it's at the bottom. It's somewhere in there. But it just makes it, we got to have room for everybody to park, but we also got to have room for everybody to watch us pull. So it's just very important that when we get there, and you'll come in on the north side of the facility, and on the far northeast parking lot, straight north of the arena that we pull in, that is for spectators. You will see hitching posts there because we are in Omnish territory, so there has to be places there to park for everybody, for spectators. So we've had problems with that in the past, and I know it sucks, but you don't need to pull in there because we'll ask you to move, and sometimes if you're not there, it's kind of hard to move you. So it just makes it a bad situation for everybody. It doesn't make things go good. But whenever and all else fails, go in a full parking lot where Austin's at, and he'll find a place for you to park. And another thing is while we're on the lines of parking, the biggest thing, I guess, is when you're done pulling. I know it sucks to have to leave and park your hauler somewhere and come back and all that stuff, but there's going to be people showing up. There it is, clearing to.
Joe, do you want me to zoom in on one of them?
Yeah, actually it'd be, well, there's no good one. There you go. That'll be fine. So that's not showing. So on the upper left-hand corner of that one where it says East Parking Lot, we do not want any haulers in there whatsoever at all. So if you're parked in there and, hopefully, and you listen to this show and you listen to what I'm saying, we're all going to make fun of you the whole time you're parked there.
No. I will make sure to read every memo ever handed to me to burn you down until it's towed out of there.
Yeah, because it kind of, and I get it. But where it says West Parking Lot in the bottom left, that's where we park, is in that area, and then where it says Trade Soul Building, starting on the south side of there, wraps all the way around to the south side, which is south, and this would be at the far right side where it says trailer parking. And we'll park at a 45-degree angle up against the building. Sometimes we can park some on the far south side, but not usually because there's too much other stuff around there. So, but we'll start out parking there. But for the new people that's not been there, do not park in the east parking lot. That's a no-go. So, but when you get parked, and the next level that's so vitally important, because there's over 400 hooks this weekend coming up. So, and when a tractor comes into the building, we pull you in the building, we got to have a number on there because that number associates with our floor plan. So and it just makes it so much simpler. You don't want to stop in the middle of the interstate to figure out which exit you're going to get off at. That's kind of like coming in with no number. So just do us all a favor before you unload your pulling vehicle out. You can unload your mule, your gator, or whatever, and ride up there and go to the check-in area and get checked in with the girls and get your numbers and get them put on the tractor, because that makes life so much easier, is getting that done before you come in that building. Because I know a lot of you, but I don't know all of you, so I don't know exactly where all 400 people go. So that's why I have a book.
For those of us on the announcer side and doing the officiating too, if you could put those numbers, make sure they're on the front or the left side, please.
Yeah, the front really works the best, because as we're looking out the cab of the tractor, at the front of your tractor, we got to see that number. So
Yes.
we can't be guessing where it's at.
Well, then everybody's taking distances or whatever. You don't want to be going through that secretarial nightmare too.
Yes.
Exactly, Carl. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big nightmare if we don't. It slows up what we do and everything. And one other thing, and I know there's guys that's built tractors, and there might be some new ones that's never been on the track, but or you've done a bunch of changes, you've shaved a lot of weight, and you want to know exactly where you're at. I mean, it gets so busy trying to get everybody in the building that we can't take the time. And I know I've pissed people off before. Well, you just pull me across the scale. It don't take a minute. Well, that minute times 400 people coming in there, I ain't going to get nothing done, and neither is anybody else. So just be patient. If there's a lull, we'll pull you out and pull you up there to scale. But the timing has to be right, and we can't be super busy trying to do what we do to put on the show. So I know there's been some number changes a little bit. I haven't talked to Klint today about who's dropped or out or anything, but the big thing this year, the floor plan got changed dramatically. It took me 4 days on and off, pretty solid of trying to organize it and get everything lined up to where we get everybody in the building, because we're going to have three of the hot farm flights. Well, I don't think, best I can recollect, I don't remember doing 3 flights of anything, maybe once before. But I've got all of Thursday afternoon and all of Thursday night coming in the building. You're good. You're pulling on Thursday, anytime Thursday, you can come in the building. Wednesday, anytime in the afternoon, or anytime Thursday morning before the show ever starts. So we'll probably always have a driver's meeting, 10 o'clock or so, and teching will start early that day because we got to get everybody tech before the pull starts. But so keep that in mind as you're traveling and making plans to come there, to try to get in the building as soon as you can. I can fit the 6,500 limited super stock on Friday afternoon. The first flight of the 8,700 light pro stock class, I can put in the building. All of the 9,000 super farm, which happens to be most of them, ends up being a lot of the 85s that pull on Thursday night. There'd be a lot of them, but I have room for all the other guys that's not pulling in the 85 class. They can also, there's room there for the whole super farm class of what's left to fit. And that's all I can fit in the building. So, which is more than we ever could at Gordyville. It's a little bit less than what it was last year, but not by a lot. It's just because we've got so many tractors and so many classes, because we're at 84, 85 tractors on Thursday afternoon, 95, 96 tractors on Thursday night, and Friday at noon we're at 93, and Friday night we're right at 100. So, and then the afternoon on Saturday we're about 96, 97 tractors. So, but I can fit, when it comes down to the 9,500 farm flight 3, I can't get that last flight. So if you're in the hot farm class that pulls on Friday at noon, I can't get you in the building until between sessions, Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. But most definitely, that's why we stay up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning some years. We'll get you in before morning. So just bear with us after the pull's over Thursday night. So, and then the guys that are pulling test passes, I've tried to make room for you guys to stay in the building if your class doesn't pull on Thursday or Friday. So take from that, just if anybody's got any questions, I can probably Ryan could probably get this posted to make it a little bit clearer if you didn't catch all of it. But and then as we pull and the building gets constantly rearranged, and as we pull out, you step into Friday. We can get, if you're pulling Friday at noon, we can get you in after the pull's over Thursday night, because we've got to get people moved out and get finals guys put where they need to be to make room for you to sit in there. So everything, the 1950 mini rods will be sitting in there for Thursday, but as they pull out and leave, then that'll make room for the 2,000-pound mini rods to move in there for Friday at noon or for Friday evening. But we've got to get them out. You got to get them out of the building before you can fit any more in there. So Thursday, but the 93 Super Farm Friday morning would be a very good time to bring that in for Friday night. And then all the other classes with the 4-1s, they can come in Thursday night. The Flight 2 of the 87 Light Pro comes in. The 2.6 truck, they can come in Thursday morning. And then everybody else is going to be pretty much that pulls on Saturday. It'll be Friday night before we can get you in the building. So just bear with us. Nothing's really changed there majorly. It's just we've got a lot of tractors this year, so trying to get everybody cycled through the building and get them moved out. Remember, you can't park on top of one another. So, but we can post something on here if anybody's got any questions. They can get a hold of us. But go check in when you get there. Get that number on that tractor first. Get it put on there. That way, when we hook onto you, and we'll pull you from the parking lot back into the building. You can bring your support vehicle in, but get it out of there. Bring in, drop your stuff off, get it out, because we just don't have enough room for everybody to party in there with every gator from the parking lot. So just a little bit of common sense goes a long way, and a little common courtesy goes a long way with that stuff. So anybody got any questions, just reach out to us, because I'd rather answer questions than have problems.
Joe, you touched on something in what you were saying about guys potentially being out already. And this is going to sound like a bit of an admonishment, and part of it is, and part of it's not. The phone started to ring yesterday afternoon, and Klint can verify this, about guys who are already starting to be out of this program. I appreciate very much that people are taking this event very, very seriously, and they're going to the dyno, and they're trying to find out where they are, and they're trying to get ready. But we're promoting that you're going to be there, and when you blow it up on the dyno and you're not there in front of the fans who are expecting you to be there, it does a disservice to the show. If you were going to hurt that engine, you were going to hurt it anyway. Might as well hurt it in front of fans and maybe get some money in your pocket for the job. You'll look at the test hook list. You'll see we keep the big power guys out of that part of the program. We want you there. Stay with. If you are thinking about it, it's tonight, Sunday. You've got the rest of the week. If you're thinking about going to the dyno, you think your stuff's right, put it on a test stand, run it up to temperature, make sure it's good, but please don't dyno it. Come do it in front of us. We want to see you actually make that pass in front of the crowd.
Hey, Zolik, where do I find the Wednesday night thing that Charles just touched on, the test pass pullers?
It's the first section of the schedule or the invites.
On the website, right?
On the website. The first.
Click on the button that says click
website. It'll show it there.
Yeah.
I found it. Thanks, Zolik.
I mean, chances are you're going to hurt it anyway if you were going to hurt it, but and we're not advocating for you to hurt your engine, not at all. But like I said, we're building a show around you guys, and we want to pack the stands. We want to make sure that the sponsors are getting their money's worth out of this deal, and that we can put on the best show that we possibly can, and that's predicated around you being there. If you blow it up or on the dyno, then it's detracting from the program we're trying to put on, and that's important to us. if it was going to hurt itself, it was going to hurt itself anyway. Might as well come and run it.
Here's your test passes, guys, for Wednesday night. Courtesy of what'ssmoking.net here under the click for entries. Again, this website is the best I've ever seen it. It's got pictures, descriptions for everybody. It's amazing. So, kudos to you, buddy.
Charles, has attrition been pretty high?
I know of 2 or 3 so far, but I'd like to limit it to those 2 or 3. I mean, one in particular, and he's put it out there, so this is I'm not breaking any particular news here. Everybody wanted to see what Roger Rui had with the new tractor and the way he rebuilt it and the new look to it. He's done. He's not going to be there. So I don't want that to keep happening throughout the course of the early part of this week where guys are dropping away. If it was going to hurt itself, it's going to hurt itself. What's the difference whether you hurt it on the dyno or on the track? You're going to do the same damage either way. Be out there in front of your fans who expect to see you, and possibly you do well enough to walk away with maybe a couple bucks in your pocket, even if you got to push it on the trailer. That's just where I'm at. We're trying to promote a show here, not a dyno race.
And for the record, we're not throwing you under the bus, Rui, just in case you're
No,
watching.
we're not.
I
No,
think you are.
I don't want anybody to think that. That's not where I'm coming from with it. It's just
that's a long way from Herman, Nebraska.
It's just part of it, but that's that's part of where it started, and yeah, I'm not picking on Roger, and I hope you don't think so. That's just where we start.
Roger's watching tonight. He's not pissed. He's a good guy.
Yeah, from a puller standpoint, you don't want to go down there and look like any dumber than we already look, though. That's why they go to the dyno. I want to make sure
sooner or later it's going to come out that you did it on the dyno, and then guys like me, Leroy, and Carl are going to say, yeah, he blew it up on the dyno. He didn't even make it here. And so you're still going to have that egg on your face.
Yeah, but that guy looked like a dumbass in a dyno.
Show up and have some fun and spend some time with us, and maybe you do well enough to actually place. And I'd rather you get $50 for placing whatever that pays versus getting nothing other than to sign in Sharpie where your piston hit the roof of the freaking dyno room.
Hey, Charles, Charles, I'm going to throw some questions on the screen if you don't mind, and let Clint answer, whoever can answer these. Clint, can you see the screen, buddy?
Yeah.
How many are they taking from each flight of Hot Farm?
4. It'll be 12 in the finals.
Is Wednesday night open to spectators?
Yes.
We'll take donations.
Joe Hurd Foundation. Are any tractors coming from Ohio close to Heath? 1L Clark Altman wants a ride. He bought a set of tires and rims, half from him. Just wonder if someone might be able to pick them up from his place and meet me there. If not, no big deal. There you go, Clark.
Several vehicles coming from Ohio. Clark, you probably could just do Facebook. Some of the guys that's coming, they might have a spot in the hauler to haul them out there to you.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw up to the screen. Store Lock, are you in the same place as last year? Who's in charge of Zolik? Do you know? Do you have Store Lock in the same place?
Yes, they'll be in the same place as last year.
Jamie Qualls, who wants me to bring food from my work on Wednesday? All of us, Jamie. All of us. So.
Good answer.
Jamie Qualls. Love you, Jamie.
So
Jamie, is that a girl on your profile? I think Jamie Qualls has a girlfriend. Yes, he does. It's a girl on his profile. Holy, way to go, Jamie.
Speaking of timelines,
hey, we'll believe it when she shows up on Saturday night with him.
I think she's coming Wednesday. Way to go, Jamie.
Outstanding.
For timeline sake, what's the cutoff we're looking at on buying tickets for Justin's model and tickets and sponsorship? What are we looking at here?
So the raffle tickets will end tomorrow night. We can't process them in the middle of the week, so
that's the online. That's the online portion, right, Zoe?
Yep, tomorrow night for the online portion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the tickets will be sold after the show, probably. General admission tickets end on Wednesday for advanced tickets online. Ticket sales will be available at the door, and we will not stop selling tickets. If you come through the door, we'll sell you a ticket. They will take your money. Cash only.
if you want a pit pass, you go back to the girls and you can buy a pit pass for the whole day too. We got a lot of questions about, people like buying pit passes, and the pit pass is good for the pits, and you can watch the show with that as well. We've never ever sold a pit pass that you couldn't walk and watch the show both. So, and the pit pass is good for the pits. You just can't be on the track with that pass. You got to have the driver's pass to get on the track.
Pit pass, the farm toy show, admission to the pull itself. If you're back in the pit area, just my admonition to you is keep your head on a swivel. There's a lot of stuff moving around back there, and just be aware of your surroundings, please, please, please.
Yeah, Joe Hurd's got a motto for that. I have a motto. You don't let your kids play on the interstate. Don't play on mine.
And we got Cole coming back this year. He's only hit like 7 or 8 people.
For real? Cole's coming back?
Yeah, Cole's coming back.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
as a friend, who will he have riding in the tractor with him? Just as a casual friend.
Is there an over/under on whether she's blonde or brunette or redhead?
That's Cole. We love you, Cole. We love you, Cole. But you always do well in that department.
Don't let us down.
That's right.
Are they going to have pretzels? That seems to be the favorite food.
Until you guys eat them all.
No, not at all. Jeff, are you going to have jerky?
Charles, what do you want me to? Where we head next, so I can get it queued up for you, buddy?
Next thing, actually, I don't know that you can, because I want to go over to Carl. Carl, your history with this event certainly predates mine by a lot.
Yeah,
what
I think
your memories of where it was back in Giffords, Illinois, and what are you looking forward to? The open-ended question I see. What are you looking forward to now in the new venue?
Well, this will be my first time to MEC, and everybody that from our area that's gone up there says it's a much larger venue. So I'm real curious to see some of this stuff that I haven't seen on 300 feet yet. A lot of light limiteds that seeing on the short track. I want to see if they can really stretch their legs. But and obviously the events, like you said, it's got a long running history. I think what was it, 2007 or 2008 was the first year I went down to Gifford and announced for Klint. So that was 2 days ago. So I've seen some progression from there. But I think the move to that venue, I see a lot of new names on lists because geography is allowing some guys to get there as opposed to the extra 5 hours to get to Gifford. So that'll be pretty entertaining for me anyway. But you drop a quarter in the grass and I get entertained. So, but
anything in particular you're looking forward to as we head into next week?
Oh, light limited supers. That's my bag when we go to Midwest Nationals. I've always kind of enjoyed that class myself, and the farm stock class. We got a lot of local guys in the farm stock class, so I like to see how we measure up in that farm stock class there from Central Illinois. All those guys that say there's no way you're making that much speed and power and on the interwebs, and then the proof's in the pudding when we get to the real world. So, but I'm looking forward to working with you again, Charles. I mean, last time it was a half century of progress.
Yes,
we worked together, and
yes, sir.
Your wealth of knowledge of actually, the technical end of a motorsport is always good working with someone who actually gets what's going on in front of us, So yeah, I mean, I'm obviously just a lifelong tractor pull fan, obviously, but it's always good to get back into the big shows and see what's changed since the last time I've been there.
So with what Carl said about light limited super, that's certainly something I'm looking forward to personally, and I'd like to get back to Klint. You made some tweaks a little bit on the rule book, and it's rejuvenated this class. I mean, we've got 20 plus both nights. What feedback, Klint, have you gotten from the competitors, and what are you seeing as to why this now suddenly works again?
I think the guys from the South are coming this year because we have that little 666 from Wisconsin and the Zins boys that have kind of laid down a benchmark that they drew a line in the sand and they've done it for like 2 years now, and they were doing it in Louisville too, and so 3 years, I guess. And I think those guys are comfortable with the weight of our light class. And last year, we made a bad decision by eliminating the 466 tractors in the heavy class. There's just not enough interest in the 410 tractors out west and up north to support the whole class. So we let the 466s back in with a weight variation. It was the alcohol tractor, and that went over positive. And so we're really excited to see how this is going to work. There's a little weight variation between the 410s and the 466s and alcohol tractors, and I think it's going to be exciting on the longer track, and a good piece of dirt. Travis and those guys lay down a great piece of dirt, and Mark and Charlie and those guys keep them well maintained. So it's good, fair competition for those guys. But I think that's kind of the reason why they're coming up there. Those guys in Kentucky are pretty proud of their light limited class. I think they want to come up and mix it up with these guys from up in Wisconsin.
Klint, were there any light limiteds that did well this past weekend in Lexington that are coming to our event this week?
I think all
of them. Okay. I'm so glad that
I think
the events didn't fall on top of each other this year.
Gordon won it. The little Black Massey won the qualifier, and all those guys are entered. And I think they all survived. I've had no bad phone calls from any of them today.
I like that. And as we're looking at a truck puller, conversely, the 3.0 class, I think we're doing pretty well. 2.6, little light. 3.6, we're hurting for numbers. And I don't think this is necessarily a problem for Midwest Winter Nationals. I had this conversation in last week or so with some other people. I kind of wonder if the handwriting might be on the wall for that class nationally.
Charles, that's a good point because I think a lot of those guys that weren't, coming from diesel super end, those guys are learning how much push you can put into that automotive essentially block, and even the billet can't hold up to what they're trying to do. It gets prohibitive.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, and that's a subject maybe for another night. It's not necessarily to do with what Midwest International is going to present this week. We're going to have some of the very best ones on our track, and I'm happy for those guys. I just kind of fear for the class a little bit. That's just for me being kind of really close with it, worried about what it's going to be. Let's move away from that though. This event really gained its ground in a time when winter pulling didn't exist, so to speak, beyond farm machinery show and some really, really sort of deep in the weeds class type events like the DeKalb Super Pull that was kind of very regional, very specific. Klint, you had a vision for what was essentially the Super Bowl of single charger class pulling, and you found a way to bring all these different groups together and give them a single venue, say, hey, we're going to compete against each other and make it work. In the early days, was there a pushback from different groups where there was a lack of trust in your vision and bringing them together, and then now people sort of understand that, yes, you do know what you're doing?
When we first started this in the fall 2004, there was a lot of questions, but talking to the dyno guys like Kevin Engelking, who's the toy, Kevin and Brandon Hart, Shides, on the dyno. All these guys with dynos was telling me the horsepower and the torque these guys had, and we kind of come up with kind of a not really a scientific method, but we figured out how to blend these things with weight and turbos and RPMs, and it's worked out really good. I mean, the hot farm class, I don't know how that works. It shouldn't, but it does. I mean, the Badger State tractors should be way behind, and I guarantee you, I think if we look up the records of wins, I think the Badger State hot farm class has probably got more wins than the Indiana 510 tractors or the guys from out east. But it works, and they all like pulling against each other because they don't get to during the summer. Rules prohibit that, but we allow it. So that's kind of how it all works. But yeah, we've done a lot of things kind of weird. We've done some good stuff, and we've had some bad ideas, but we try to learn from it and march on. And you touched on the trucks. The truck guys just we have a cute little amount of 2.6s and 3.6 trucks. I think we got 6. Yeah, Ryan and I talked today. It's like, if I had just invited 6, I'd have had 500 of them mad I didn't invite them. But when we opened it up, unfortunately, that's why we got 6. But the 3 they've really supported it, and having C.W. Cartmole and Adam Kincaid and those guys there, I think they kind of poke at people to get guys come run with them, and that's great. That's really great. And Jason Wayman, he's been right there with us out west, and he's a major supporter of the event. And we have a good group of 3.0 trucks. It's probably, I put it up against about anybody's show, indoors or out.
Can we?
Charles froze on us.
He's stuck in one spot.
Carl, are you the serial clicker? Carl, are you the serial clicker?
I might be.
Yeah.
Is my internet back?
Who's flipping open a Zippo and shutting it? You're driving
Yeah,
on CD and
Zolik,
did my internet take a crap? Because I was going somewhere with what Klint said about Adam Kincaid and Jason Wayman with what happened last fall. And Ryan was there. He knows. Can we get a rematch of the cash on the hood deal? Can we get a call out maybe going and get 5,000, get 10,000 for a rematch?
Those guys are pretty competitive. I think the sky's the limit.
It's humble.
We might be able to get some sports betting going on this deal.
Yeah, call FanDuel.
I'm surprised. Mike Peabody hasn't called out anybody. Well, he kind of did, because I think he's the only mechanical in the 2.6, isn't he? Isn't everybody else a common rail?
I got the list up. I'm going to have to look. I'm not sure.
He was kind of poking the bear earlier and saying that, they're all scared that a mechanical's going to come and beat them all.
I saw your comment on that. You was afraid of what? Yep, I remember now.
There's a storyline there. You don't think that comment was by accident, do you?
No, I don't think it was.
Hey, Tucker, as I pop questions up, if you can grab them, please answer them. Fuel rule, what's a fuel rule? Loofboro, that's a hot farm asking?
Yeah, Warren's it's the same fuel rule you run outside during the summer.
Chuck Hobbs is wanting to know, is there a waiting list for the 1950 mini class? I see one has blown up on the dyno this weekend.
Stop that!
I'm just putting it up on the screen. So we're not going to be short vehicles at the Midwest Winter Nationals. If I can promise you one thing, I can promise you that. I would take that to the bank.
It just takes us from 18 to 17. That's what that does.
I want a motorboat 400 pullers. Come on.
Zolik, are the 2000 minis on Friday night?
Yes.
Yep.
First class Friday night.
Chuck says, I actually didn't decline. The class was full. I think Chuck's asking if somebody blew up and can't make it, can he get in? That's what Chuck's asking. So I'll leave that up to Mr. Tucker. How do you want me to handle that, Tucker? Want me to call him?
Have him. We don't have a waiting list for that for the naturally aspirated mini rods. Nobody contacted us. The class we got the class full, and we let it go a little larger than we normally do, and we did not have a waiting list for that class.
Okay, there you go. Greg Meyer says thank you. Okay, all the questions are cleaned up. I'll go back to playing videos. Charles, are you back, buddy? Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, I'm here.
You froze a little bit, just like your Lions are doing right now. 3-3. Oh, 6-3. Yeah, go Pack, go.
I need another screen up. Anyhow, what if anything, for you guys, and that's amongst the promotional team, what's left for you guys to get out there that you haven't already said? What's important for you guys to have everybody know?
Well, we do have a little bit of a schedule change for start time. That we made a change. The polar itinerary is correct. The polars that the start times on there are correct. We decided to make a change due to the numbers. So the start times every day for each session, the morning session, afternoon session will be 11 o'clock Eastern time. The evening session will now start at 6 o'clock Eastern time instead of the 7 that was on the poster.
That's every day, or just
every day. So every day will be 11 and 6.
Okay, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to make a note of that because I don't want to be late.
But we want to make sure, like in the evenings, that we get done at a decent time for everybody. Not, obviously the fans want to see everything get done at a decent time, but for us as a staff, we don't want to be going, past midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's a long day for everybody.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Best we can. I know, based on prior history, we finished the afternoon session. We're going to turn around. We're going to go into the track, and we're going to prepare it the same. So this start time change, it doesn't mean a lack of preparation for you evening guys. We're not backing you down into garbage track time. That's not it at all. So don't think that.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that we have enough time as well in between sessions, because JR and them will be they'll completely redo the track after each session. So it's a brand new fresh track, and so we want to give them time to do that, and then they have a little break in between the first session of the day and the evening session.
I don't know what that ad was. I had to get rid of it. I don't know what that was playing.
It's like it wasn't relevant to anything that we was doing.
I was saying, was it something you're trying to tell us, Charles, or?
No, it wasn't me. I had to get rid of it. It's like information.
What is going on over Michigan?
Not at all.
I went to the bathroom. I'm the one running the videos. It's all on me.
Okay. We was waiting for an ED commercial to
They
pop
played it
up.
on JP Pulling Productions YouTube page, so I don't know what that Jesse posts. I know he's a freak, but come on, he's quiet.
Yeah.
Well, you just made him money.
Back
Ads
to the
based
program.
on your search function. That's all I'm saying.
Amy Joe's not coming this year? What?
No.
The American Farm Bureau in Puerto Rico this year.
What are they farming in?
That's
Puerto
where
Rico?
the innovation challenge is this year.
Mm-hmm. That's where the AFB's meeting.
Yeah, look at that.
Yep.
I was amazed he kept that inbounds and looking from that camera angle. I thought for sure that would drift left.
I remember
He
that
is
pass.
right.
He was calling the mail.
Yes, he was. He was moving. His tire was moving even faster.
Did we get an update from Brent? Is the Pick'em going to be ready?
No, he's out ice fishing still, but as soon as he gets the pick'em contest up, I'll go live with it. I'll go live on What Smokin' Promotions.
Yeah, well, we just spent the whole afternoon cleaning up all of the cancellations and stuff this afternoon. What you see on the entries, that's as of right now 100% correct. As of this time now, in an hour we don't know, but as of right now, everyone
Stay off the dyno.
Stay off the dyno.
Haha, that's funny. Michael, I am proud of you for destroying that front end like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ira's going to be there.
For those of you who don't know the backstory on that comment, Michael was fighting all sorts of gremlins that whole year. The year prior, I guess the year would have been the 2020 season or the 2021 season, and he came in and he made a couple of terrific passes, and one of them ended up destroying the front end, and he couldn't have been happier to do it because that was the pass where he got his groove back.
Also new this year, we were kind of working on it last year, but if you're at the event or not at the event, you'll be able to follow along with live results through westsmoking.net this year as well.
You guys mentioned the live stream earlier, and anybody who has never purchased the live stream, last year was the first year that we had got it there at the shop, and it is excellent, just to let everybody know in case you have any questions. I know sometimes you hear people toot their own horn, but Ryan and Klint do an excellent job with that live stream with replays, and it is well worth the monies. And don't you get to watch it the whole year?
Yeah, so
Yes.
The way the live stream works, you don't actually have to watch it live either. You can join the live stream with the way ours works at any point, and then you can rewind at any point during the live stream as well. It's set up just like a DVR, just like your smart TVs today. And then you also have access to that live stream for 365 days to watch as many times as you want. So if you can't watch the first session, if you are in, there'll be 10 o'clock in the central time zone when that first session starts. And, you can watch that later, or you can jump on it any time throughout the live stream.
So yeah, I just recalled that was the first time I'd seen the live stream, and it hands down is better than the Louisville live stream. I'll give you guys kudos on that.
Ooh, that's some high praise.
I mean, I'll take it. We're just a small group. I appreciate the comment, Carl. I really do.
Carl.
We put a lot of work into it, and the live stream, it's myself and a couple, Brent Yarn and Mike Post run the camera, and then I have people helping me get people lined up for like winter circles and stuff. I'll mention as well, if anyone still wants to be a sponsor on the live stream, we'll still gladly take sponsorship. We'll put you'll also be on the video boards inside of the arena during the poll as well. So that'll be looping through each day. So if you can get a hold of me and want to be a live stream sponsor, we'll gladly take that as well.
Ryan will also willingly accept any plexiglass sponsor that keeps the wristband away from his laptop.
This year they bought him a Toshiba Tough book.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be tough enough.
Well, we don't have that.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to stress test it.
Yeah. We'll be hoping to keep all wrist pins inside of vehicles. Yeah. This one right here.
Needless to say, if you are a competitor in the light pro classes, we'll be checking for double cables, and we'll be checking twice.
Yes.
And also, the track will be back in it in its normal configuration from 2 years ago, then it'll be a little bit farther to the west side. It'll be back farther to the west side.
Clint, do we dare reveal our extra scoreboard, or do we want to keep that a secret yet?
Oh, I don't know. We better, before it works perfectly, we better not brag on it.
Okay, all right. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's
That's
going to be
fair.
neat if it works.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
You'll just have to wait. You'll have to be there Thursday, and if it works, great. If not, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the scratch tractor this year? What do we got? What's the cool big tractor scratching the track before?
It's a white.
It's going to be a nice one too. I've seen pictures of that one.
Actually,
Whoa,
right?
that's pretty.
Yep, it's a white. We're keeping the theme with the white.
I like it. Trip Downing, I think you should sell tickets for $10 to ride with Joe for 10 minutes. We would need a waiver form. Sign the waiver. And the earplugs that you wear for the mini rods, you might want to wear with Joe because you might learn some new words.
A lot of them.
I've had people brave enough to let their kids ride with me, and it's like, yeah,
I gotta go. Hey Joe, we're gonna go live on Facebook now, so if you could behave for like the next 7 to 10 minutes, that'd be fantastic.
Two-way radio subscription costs extra.
If we brought a TV, is there a way to get live stream or cable to put by the beer tent? Yeah, let's buy the live stream, Storlock. That's not a bad idea. So, okay. Can hot farms who have a Wednesday test hook have their turbo checked on Wednesday before we put the smoke tube on, so we don't have to pull the smoke tube back off before our actual flight? That's a Clint Hooker question. I do not want to touch that one with the 10-foot.
Unfortunately, we have to inspect them before you run because the place is very big, and we have to check those the day you run. You know, we will check your kill cable on Wednesday, make sure that works right. After you get done Wednesday, you will have to take the back side off and the front side off so our inspectors can check it because guys could, you can make a test pass with the turbo and break it, or you don't like it, change it. We have to inspect them the day of the show. Unfortunately, I know it's a lot of work, but a good heated pit area. We'll be very patient with you. Our tech, staff doesn't all show up on Wednesday, but they will be there Thursday morning early and start teching tractors. We have, I think we have 10 tech officials now, all SFI approved tech officials that will go through and check everybody's both sides of the classes that matters, and the kills, the cables, make sure you got the good fire suits, good gloves, good fire retardant shoes, not tennis shoes, stuff like that. We have to do that the day of the show. Our insurance company that we go through demands that done. We do all the safety stuff the day of. So it's an unfortunate thing, and that's kind of the problem with test passing. You want to button it up and leave it buttoned up. We would love to be able to leave it buttoned up, but unfortunately, we have to check that the day of the show.
And that's a fair point. I mean, what you just said, Clint. Where else? And I don't know. Anybody else is free to answer me on this. 10 tech officials. 10. We're gonna make sure you're right. Where else are you gonna go where you got 10 guys walking around checking your stuff? I don't know. I don't think it exists.
We also, we have tech officials from several different groups. I think we even got Logan Thomas coming to help check the class that Richard runs in the Full Pull Productions group. And we really think, hopefully Logan can make the trip. We're really looking forward to hanging out with Logan because even when things are bad, Logan can make you feel good. And he has a different perspective to things that we really enjoy.
100%.
So whenever you have tech officials from North Carolina to Wisconsin, the middle of Iowa with Thad Bridges, and all the IPL guys, Richard Crow. If it wasn't for Richard and his crew, the host group, the IPL group, this would not happen. And it's great that we have all these guys and they want to make this all work.
Justin's bored. What are you working on?
Yeah, putting toys together. It's called multitasking. More of these.
Nice.
No, I got a lot to get done this week. So,
Justin, I made you big on the screen. Put that back up there. Show us what you're doing. That's cool.
right here, I'll just do you overhead. This is what my workbench looks like right now.
Everybody's just drooling right now. So
every one of these tractors has these little bolts, and I got to put them in individually. So that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
What we really ought to do is try and convince him to take a quick break and take that little camera phone upstairs and show us the real collection. You want to really make people drool? Oh boy.
Yeah. Where did he go?
Well, crap! We scared him off.
Where's Joe? He's back. We lost him.
Hey,
sorry, I lost you. Hey, so
Ryan had a very good idea. Ryan, tell Justin what you just said.
Justin, tell us what you were looking up and Googling when you decided you were going to hop off the live stream.
Well, I went back in my Facebook history and I made a post about all the raffles we've done at Gordyville. And I looked that up because I wanted to share that with everybody because, we've done a lot of cool stuff, and not that, I'm bragging about it, but it's just, it's more than just pulling for all of us. And, we all know that, but not everybody else knows that. So I didn't realize that Klint had been doing this since 2004. I was still in high school then. I was thinking it was like 06, 07. But the first year we did a raffle, I was just going to go along here and show this list because I don't know how to put it on my phone. But 2008, we did Brian's Prairie Prowler, the Ford, that 8,000. 2009, we did Street Boys Toy, IH. 2010, we did Trinkline's 466 Extreme, and I had a Stroke and Motion John Deere. 2011 was the first year that we raised money for a foundation. We did the Pink True Grit for breast cancer. That year we raised $1,500. 2012, we did the Dream Factory, which was the New Generation Plus. We raised $1,000 for that. 2013, we did the Diabetes Warpath, raised $5,500. 14 was our biggest year for the Adam Beal family. We did the Mule Deer, and we raised $30,500. 2015 was Wally Wheezy, the Viagra King case. We raised $7,000. 2016 was the Wounded Warriors. We did the Full Metal Jacket, Minneapolis Moline, raised $21,000. 2017 was Drew Rice family. We did the Satisfaction tractor. We raised $15,000. And then 2018, we did the Illinois Food Bank, and I did the Green versus Red Old School Pro Stock. We raised, that was the T-Bone and the Green Streak. We raised $10,500 that year, or $10,200, because it was the same as the weight class that tractors used to run. And then 2019, we did the St. Jude's 1150 Massey, raised $6,600. And then 2020 was the last year I was there. We did the FFA, the Blowin' Bucks tractor. That raised $1,500 for the local FFA. And then we did the Oliver 2255 for the American Red Cross. That raised $7,800. And then 2021, we did the Megan Scott family, the Risky Business tractor, $25,000. And then last year we did, for the Thurman family, the Mechanical Bull, and raised $19,000. So those are all the raffles we did at Gordyville. And then back when Klint had the farm show at Decatur and then the DeCoin pull, So 2013, I did the True Grit for the Ronald McDonald. 2015, I did the Old Black Magic for the Ronald McDonald. And then 1 year at DeCoin, I did a raffle. I don't remember what year it would have been. I think it was 07 or 08. I built Masterson's River Rat. So that is a rundown of everything that Klint and I have put together. So all in all, you add all that up, it's $151,000 in donations from these raffles. So
Nice.
So thanks for letting me do this, Clint. It's been fun. I enjoy it.
Justin, you're awesome. It's been great to get to know you over the years.
I'm not that awesome. You're the guys behind the screen.
I don't do
Well,
anything.
if you want an opportunity to show off, Justin, you can go upstairs and show us the actual collection that you got.
It's kind of a mess.
I doubt
We don't really care.
Tucker, see the screen?
I bought some new cases to display stuff, and I haven't got all the hardware for it yet. So, but we'll go up there and check it out. I've been collecting a lot of pedal tractors lately.
Hold on. I got a couple questions for Tucker, but if Justin's going upstairs, I'll make him big. Justin, what do you got, kiddo?
You're gonna see the man's feelings right here.
Is there a way I can turn the camera around on this or not?
Yeah, if you find your little flipper button.
Should look like a circle. Arrows.
I think
Arrows
if you
in a
go into
circle.
the settings, it'll let you flip it around.
Well, it might be just easier to do this.
Or you can do it that way.
So, I got a few pedal tractors. So this is mostly like Erdl stuff here. So, and I got this semi that a friend of mine built with a low boy. And I built all those pullers on there. Kind of like an old school look. Bunch of precisions. Then, have you all ever heard of the Road King semis that they've came out with? So these are a 1/18th scale, and they're mass produced, but they come out with some Kenworths and a couple old cab overs.
Nice.
So I picked those up. Those are pretty cool. But this is mostly all my pulling collection right here. I don't know if these are. I got about 60 in my collection. Some of these are built by some other fellow friends, but most of them are all mine. So I've got some from Jeff and Jeremy Blackburn. I got a buddy that lives in New York that builds them. His name's shoot, I had a brain fart. Sean Johnson. He built this aggravator. He's from up in New York. Pretty cool guy. And there's some boys over from around Quincy, Missouri that built Tony McMullen's Bad Influence. Todd and Kevin are their names.
It's an older version of Warpath where it has a side insert.
Yeah. Yep. That was the one we built for the raffle then for diabetes that year. I think it was 2012, I think. So then, like, this tractor here, this is pretty cool, and I actually used a precision, and the hood opens, and it's got an engine in it.
I remember that one. Yep.
Yep. And then the malfunction junction.
Gimme!
I knew you were going to say that.
So I built, y'all seen the pictures of the green one I built too, right?
Yep, I did.
So both of those got sent up to Michigan, and Tom bought, or I got them to Tom, and he's seen them and everything. I guess he's kind of been sick or something.
Yeah, he has been.
So anyway, I think that kind of brought a smile to his face to see that. So, Rusnik, you'll like that one.
I have a deep appreciation for that tractor.
So
miss
these
that
two
guy
here
every
are
day.
old school builds. So back in my hometown, whenever I grew up, these were the two pro stocks that some family members ran. And they pulled at Gordyville back when Klint first started and Cousin Randy's Family Feud. And this was my cousin Ryan and Jeffrey's tractor. They called it Slow Ride. It's out in Nebraska and somewhere. It's called Double Trouble now, and the guy still runs it. Basically, it looks the same. It's just got a roll cage. But I don't know. I've been trying to collect mostly red stuff. I used to build one of everything I ever did, but I can't. Don't have enough room to do them all.
Justin, I would bump up your security system now.
Yeah, well, everybody knows where I live.
I'm waiting for Tucker to go in the basement and have a showdown of toys. You're behind, Justin.
That's an unusual one.
He
Go
might
back
have
down.
me beat.
I think so.
That was unusual. Go back down to that bottom one, that 30 series.
That
On
one?
the sides. Yeah, that's a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
look at
build
the
that.
name
I
on
bought
it.
that at a toy show one year. I don't know who built it. Something different though. Just an old farm stalker.
There's the voodoo case.
Yep, that's those boys from Quincy built that for me. There's a model of Old Blue that we pull.
Nice.
Yep, like it.
And then that's probably my favorite John Deere of all time.
Oh, yes. Love that.
Once Justin gets done with this video, we're going to answer some cable rules. I got 3 or 4 people popping in the comments. I need Klint.
That one's missing an engine. And then this is just a few others.
Roller.
And these are some farm stocks up here, but that's basically about it.
Did you do one of your Screaming Demons where it was all like black and silver with like no graphics or anything?
So I myself didn't build one like that. A buddy of mine up in Canada built that.
Was that Sean
Weed is his name. Yep.
All right.
So
I
everything
had
that he
seen
usually
pictures of it, I wondered if it was one of yours.
Yeah, so all the parts for that came from me, and he's good guy. He's just, I don't know. I think he gets bored up there. It doesn't do nothing but snow up there, I'm sure. So he's gotten into building pullers, and he buys a lot of parts for me and stuff. But great guy.
Gotcha.
So, but I got quite a few pullers down on my table that I haven't got put together yet, and a couple of those are going to go back in my collection. So,
Charles,
but
can you run through
that's
these
basically it.
You're the man, Justin. I'm gonna put some stuff up on the screen, Charles. Can Klint address these? There's 3 of them kind of tied to this cable thing. I want to make sure we're good.
Yeah, let's do that.
Tucker, can you see all those, buddy?
Yeah, I can see them. To answer Kyle's question, yeah, in the 85 class, you got the good heavy cable with the pin in it. You know, we're good with the one on there. If you're in the light pro class or full 1 class, you probably need to have 2 cables on with the 4 clamps, or even some guys are putting the cable on with the good hard pin on it, and then I tell them to leave the other one on there. It's not hurting anything. You know, if you have 2 cables, just use them. I mean, there's no sense taking it off just because you can take it off. Leave them on. We're approaching 51 weeks and a few days from the incident that increased the cable diameter and the strength of it. If you can get 2 on in the light pro and the full 1 class, we really appreciate that, and especially after last year. And if you come there and you need cable stuff, there's great hardware stores here in town. We had to go get some last year and get some stuff wrapped around and get some get the clamps on it and keep it safe. But everything above 2,000 horse, we'd really like to see 2 cables on it, especially in this where we're at, what we're doing, and where we're going. Is place to get ice on site? No. We always kind of laugh. We didn't sell your intercooler, and we don't sell your ice either. Sorry. We used to do that at Gordyville. They just don't have the big ice chest there you guys would need, because between the trucks and the super farms, they use a monumental amount of ice. And but there's a couple of nice gas stations there in town, and they got bag ice. I've called one last year. I need to call him again this year and make sure he's full of ice down there. That way, guys that have intercoolers they got to feed can get it close. The cable rule for the 3.6 trucks is just like you do outside for PPO or Badger State or wherever you pull at. It's the same as that for 3.6 trucks.
We're caught up, Mr. Tucker. Thank you, sir. Charles, back to you.
We've exhausted an entire page's worth of notes. We've got through everything that I had on my agenda. All
Joe,
I can say at this point is I'm ready.
Hey, so I got a couple. There's a couple other things I'll just show you all that I'll have with me in Gordyville or at the tractor pull. I'm building some of these 64 scale pullers and I'm painting them up, so I'm bringing them along with me. And some of y'all probably want to pick one of these up maybe, but here's one of the Demon that I'm building.
Look, finally something I can afford.
For real?
So, but there's a couple of them. I just ain't got them all done yet. So,
how much extra I got to pay you to do one of those with no cage so I can save you some time?
well, I guess you can cut it off with a file. You got a fingernail file?
Atta baby.
That'll work.
Whittle it off.
So is there anything y'all want to add about the raffle? And then I'm probably going to get off here and get back to work. I don't think there's anything I need to add, is there?
No, I think we pretty well covered it, and you are so central to this. I'm more than happy to cut you loose and let you get to work.
Oh, no big deal. I just wanted to make sure if y'all had any questions, I covered them, but it's pretty much basic forward, just like it is every other year. So, the one thing I will add that I forgot to put in a couple of the videos that I did. So we have 3 raffles, so there's 3 prizes, and me and Rusnik talked about this, and I felt like it's only fair, if we pull the one ticket out for one of the first 2 prizes, we're not going to put that back in. So if you want a chance to win all 3 prizes, you're going to have to buy 3 tickets. If that makes sense. Or what's your all's thoughts? That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, that's the way we would like to see it.
Okay.
Yep.
I figured, but I just, I figured that would be the best way to do that. So other than that, I think that's everything. Me and Julie will be out Friday, so we'll be there first thing Friday to take over or do whatever we got to do. So.
Well, Justin,
Good. Julie's coming.
Justin, from all of us out here, we really appreciate what you do for us, because you do amazing work, and the toys you make actually look better and cleaner than the tractors that you're making them out of. So,
Oh, I don't know about that, but I appreciate that, Clint. It means a lot. It's been fun. We'll just keep rolling with what we're doing, and good luck to all you guys next week. Hope everything goes smooth. So.
Me too, especially when we're pulling on Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Ooh, didn't think about that.
On the calendar. I did that. Yeah.
We got 2 Friday the 13th this year. We're going to get through the first one. Awesome. That's how it's going to go.
When's the second?
Sounds good.
October.
Okay.
Great.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get to work, okay? We'll see you all this next week. God bless all of you, and safe travels to everyone.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Drive safe, buddy. See you soon.
Yep. See ya.
Joe, any thoughts that you've had while we've been yakking?
We should get him on there.
Somebody's phone's
What
ringing.
happened there?
Yeah,
That
that
was
was
actually
somebody
Mark
calling for
Austin
Tucker.
trying to call us.
I think we should get him on.
Joe, anything
I
you
think
want to
that's a
add
good idea.
before we get into it? Because really, at this point, we're into it. So, last words. Any final instructions for the guys? You herd your cats. Let's do this.
No, nothing really. Just to reiterate, don't park in the northeast parking lot, and park where you're directed to park. Get your number on your tractor before you ever want to get pulled in the building, and have fun. Be safe and have fun. That's all. That's about all I got.
Joe, how much licorice are you bringing with you?
Oh, I mean, I've got ample supply at Walmart finally, but then I boycotted Walmart because they're idiots.
They're going to start from Walmart.
I got you
I'm
covered,
hoping,
homie.
Kmart now.
Zolik, for any tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time to have you guys come back on. If we missed anything happens between today and tomorrow. I already got Zach Howell and Travis getting ready to send me videos when they build the track tomorrow. Sleds are there. I posted that picture within the last hour. So a lot of things are happening. They're not there, Tucker? You shook your head. Did I do something wrong by posting pictures of the sleds being there?
Oh, no.
Oh.
We just can't believe that they're already there because I think they did like 1,000 hooks this weekend antique pulling in Missouri.
Yeah, they got there. Travis texted me about an hour ago. Travis says my boots on the ground for stuff what's going on. So
yeah, Vanguard's stopped antiques all weekend. So
they were in Lebanon, Missouri at that rafter or whatever place. So yep, they had 1,000 hooks.
Brandon was probably so happy he got to go faster than 10 mile an hour he just couldn't stop.
What do you mean going up?
But the most important thing about guys getting registered and everything is that itinerary is on our website. That's how you found this show. Read it, and read it. We might have a couple tentative schedule changes on classes, just the order, not the session. We might, I guess there would be, there might be one thing we're going to roll our numbers around again tomorrow. Some of the farm stock guys have asked maybe to be moved from Friday night to Friday afternoon, and we might do that. It doesn't hurt a thing. We might do that because all of our schedules are tentative. We're trying to balance our show. We do have a midnight curfew out there we'd like to be done by for everybody's sake. And handling 95 tractors on the afternoon session seems to be easier than the night session because the afternoon session, the wheel speed, the track goes back together a little quicker. So we might end up doing that. We will make those Facebook posts the minute we do it. So follow along with us. It's we're getting down to the 11th hour and a lot of important decisions have to be made. And sometimes it's to benefit the crowd and the show, we have to make those decisions. So we ask everybody's, cooperation. On
the website, Tucker, what do you wanted me to bring up right now?
That looks good. Yes,
okay.
Sir. Our schedule, like I said, the dates on the hours on there are a little bit off. We start 11 and 6. That was our mess up on the poster. We will try to start on time as quick as we can because Voorheesville the evening sessions would run into the afternoon sessions run into the evening sessions. We haven't had that problem up there yet. We don't. But this is a monumental amount of vehicles we're going to try to run, and hopefully, if everything goes smooth and we have no hiccups, we got the best set operator in the world. Chasing these guys down, stopping them. Smoke machine last year worked flawlessly, and knock on wood, hopefully it does it again. And you got to have that kind of top-notch equipment to pull off something like this. Hopefully, but read that itinerary, read it. Please try to, you know, if you have a cancellation, you know, there's no need to call us because I get over 100 and 150 phone calls a day. Send a text or type up an email. That way we got it in ink because I can't talk to 150 people at a time. Please, the guys that's entered and flights, please stop asking to move around. Those are set. You will not move tractors around anymore because, you know, it's like a 500 car train. You take one car out of the middle, it's a mess. And Joe's got it planned out where everybody parks. We've got the books so everybody that's dragging the tractors around knows exactly where you go. And I know it sounds like, you know, whenever you say, well, I just like to, you know, pull that night session to the afternoon session, that it can't happen. It just can't. And, you know, it's better to just read the itinerary, look at the lineup sheets that's on the website, pick up your number, and just go with the flow. It works out better for everybody. Another thing is, you know, a lot of guys get there, and we are friends with 99% of these guys. Don't be getting, if you know you pull Friday night, don't be getting out of your hauler or getting on the ground and come in. It's like, hey, can we get in yet? Can we get in yet? Get in yet? The answer is always no. And just please don't make us bad guys because we're not. It's going to be relatively warm for where we're at. And when we're there, winterize your tractors, leave them in a trailer, and we promise you, nobody's ever been forgotten and not gone down the track at any of our shows. Promise.
Yeah, I'll read our itinerary just to go over it to her. So one of the things I don't want to say that nobody said, oh my God, no. But on Wednesday, we'll start letting tractors in the pit area for just Thursday afternoon. And like I said earlier, Thursday evening and all of Friday afternoon, with the exception of the third flight of the hot farm. And that's the only ones that won't be able to get in until the first flight of hot farm gets to pull at noon. So when you arrive at the facility, there'll be someone there to park you in an orderly fashion. Park your haulers around the perimeter of the parking lot first, but please do not park your haulers straight north of the pulling arena, spectator parking. Do not park your support vehicle behind your hauler either. It blocks the driveway, makes a mess out of things. You know, don't park like you're camping there in a campground either, you know, and that's why we've got a guy there to try to keep you tightened up, you know, the best that we can. But after you parked your hauler, I can't stress enough, come to the registration area with all your crew, pick up all your passes for the weekend, get it done, get it over with. If you do it right up front, you ain't got to worry about dicking with it later. But after you're registered and your crew has their passes, you're ready for you to unload your tractor. And that's the way you need to do it. That makes it better for you, better for us, better for everybody. You know, and please have your pulling position never on the front of your tractor as soon as you unload it. It's very, very, very important. This determines where you're going to go to be parked once you're bought in the building. So light support vehicle traffic will be allowed inside. Don't bring your freaking, I mean, I know there's a couple of guys that's got little Suzuki Samurais and Jeeps. Get it in. Don't get out of the driver's seat. Unload your shit and get out. Because there's only so much room in the building, guys. And it's this year, I've got it packed in there like sardines in a can. And I have to just to get everybody fit in there to where I don't get to listen to everybody bitch that they can't come in the building. So just this is all for a reason. But once you get in, get out. And, you know, if you want to bring your heaters, your gators. And that's another thing that we really need to discuss. Look at your neighbor, because the majority of the people in there don't look like they're camping there for a month. I swear some of you guys can overhaul a tractor with the stuff that you bring in there. I mean, I get it, but let's limit it a little bit, because in the middle of the night where you're drinking beer and having fun, and that's what we're there to do, is have fun. I'm not knocking that. But there's me and a couple of guys moving tractors around to get the building reorganized. The more stuff you bring in, the more stuff we got to move, you know. So just keep it to the minimum. Don't bring in a full snap-on box or anything of that nature, because I have seen that.
I have this picture on the screen. If you look at the front of this tractor, it's funny that Megan commented, or Melissa commented at the same time. But see that number 3 on the front? That's where they want your numbers, so the announcers can see them, and so Joe can see them and his team.
Yeah. Vitally important. And what I've had a lot of guys do, Danny Bartling, Esden, and them guys do a really good job of this, and all the 618 crews, because I've yelled and screamed enough and bitched, I guess. everybody listen, but if you can have your cards, you know you're pulling in the 85 Limited Pro, and then you're also going to pull in 9 Super Farm. Have that other card back there behind it. As soon as you get done pulling, pull it off there. You know, have that next one there. And because when you get done pulling, make that your next level of priority. If you're pulling in multiple classes or you're just pulling in one and you made the finals, it helps us out greatly. If you could go, when you're done pulling, go back to the girls, get your finals card, and or make damn sure you've got your other card there to where I know exactly where to move you. Because I'm going to tell you, the 3-4 hours that I'm reorganizing that building in the middle of the night, a good third of that time is me looking up where you pull next because you didn't put your card on there. I mean, there's a reason why it happened, and it makes our life so much easier. So that just helps us out. We really, really, really appreciate it if you can do that. So Wednesday night, we're going to have 20. I think we got 25, I believe, Klint. And everybody's pre-registered. Don't call us today, tomorrow, the next day begging to test pass, because all you're going to do is just make us mad. I mean, we've had this set up way ahead of time because but they're all pre-registered. If make sure you're ready to pull by 6 o'clock. Like Clint said earlier, don't come rolling there at 9:30 and expect us to wait around till you're warmed up. If you're not there at 6 or you ain't called and made prior arrangements saying you're going to be a few minutes late, just don't bother. It's just not a good thing because we got to get ready for the show and everything else that's going on. But and don't try to get your tractor in early this year. Please don't make an uncomfortable situation. Like Clint said, we're friends with 99% of you guys. Don't make it an uncomfortable situation and beg to get in the building early because you got one tractor stacked in front of another and it's the way you loaded it. And I get it, but guys, there's just no room in that building this year because we've got it packed in there. We're going to put on a maximum amount of fun and a maximum amount of a good show. So part of that's jam packing that building. So don't ask to come in early because it'll just probably make me mad this year because I've already said it to so many people. Don't ask.
You mad? No, come on.
No. I've gotten better in my age. I've calmed down a little bit.
Clint, can you answer that question on the screen?
What's that?
What time do the doors open for registration on Wednesday?
Noon.
Okay. Does anybody know what kind of beer they're selling there this year?
Cold beer.
Wow, you guys,
we couldn't have planned that. That was
you guys prepped for that one, I see. So
that's my second favorite flavor.
Right behind free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. As soon as Brett Yarn gets a pick'em contest, I'll get that posted everywhere. And we'll have some the Pullers Championship sponsoring that this year. We're going to have some prize packages for that. For the pick'em contest for the Midwest Winter Nationals. Clint and your team, thank you so much for everything that you do for pulling. This and Louisville, baby, are the fun ones. I mean, I love it. And you give the hot farms, the pro farms, the 4-1s, everybody a chance to go. This is our Louisville, and I thank you for this. And loved your event forever and ever and ever. And it's always you kind of we're all burnt out by September, October, and we're like, bleh. And this kind of gets you excited again. I think that's why everybody's so excited. So I'm burnt out by September and October. I don't know. Tucker,
Jason, what was that? What was that noise again?
Bleh. So
okay, just checking.
Did the Packers just score again? Nope. Okay.
No. Have the Lions scored yet?
This is the infamous Tucker Garage.
Yeah, we're on the
all
board.
of the all the magic happens. I like to say. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also get drunken right on the table there. There's a lot of good sayings on that table.
Yep, it's like a Red Roof Inn. They'll leave the light on for you.
Yeah.
But Jason, I wanted to thank everybody that's from you guys' group. Thank all of our class sponsors. I think this is the very first year I've ever had enough luck to have sold all the classes. We have trophies. We're the only tractor pull in the North America that has a podium. When we talk about podiums a lot throughout the summer, but we have a podium. And
it's a heavy podium.
Yeah, it's a heavy
Heavy podium.
And thanks to JR's guy building it and Mark Austin's guy powder coating it. We have a podium, and we have all of our little pretty girls back this year selling 50-50 tickets, and our trophy girls they'll be there. And trophies just got delivered yesterday. We have 3 sizes this year versus we only had 2 last year. We have 3 this year. Trophies unlimited here in Effingham. Put them together. The little piston trophies like everybody likes. It's everything's coming together. It's been chaotic the last 10 days, but we're looking forward to getting up there and seeing everybody and getting all the tractors down the track and have a good show. Have a good show. Now you showing the picture of all the purple special sites. There's 52 people working this year at our event, and that's just what's smoking people. That's not including Travis's crew, Dennis Fry's crew that got the building. They have an amazing building. And one thing I wanted to mention about the building, really be glad that we can pull in someplace this nice. Take care of it. They're very proud of it. We're proud of it. We're happy we got a partnership with them. Conduct yourselves like you normally would. Just really be happy we're there so we can continue this relationship as we go forward. And, Dennis and those guys have been nothing but great to work with this fall. And hopefully we can make this all work. We actually have an ambulance this year, which is amazing. Very happy about that. Hope we don't need it, but, last year we needed it really bad one time and we was on standby. But I think we got that handled. So every year we learn. Hopefully this year goes flawlessly, and we can do something everybody's proud of.
There's the podium, the infamous podium.
Yeah. A lot of pulling groups, maybe the one I work with, we talk about podiums a lot. And I've offered my podium, but they've never borrowed it yet.
Make sure all the
fictional
masters are
character.
put in different directions, because if they're all in the same place, it does move when you step off of it.
Isn't it Dan Mayer that always says podium when he announces the podium?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it takes a forklift to move it around.
And we're still looking for a sponsor for the podium. We have no podium.
Yeah. I mean, you could use it as a jack stand too. I think it's safety rated.
It's heavy.
Jacks.
Hey, Michael Peters, if you're still watching, you should sponsor that just in case.
I second that.
Yeah.
He's going to be real pissed at me for saying that. But
All the winners and the group that has the most champions next week. Next week we should try to go after next year for the podium sponsor.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's a good idea to stack that up like that. Tucker, can we get that for TPC?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Call Tony Reed and we'll put Growing Corn 2020 on the side of it.
Yeah.
any chance Tony might make an appearance or no?
No, he won't be there. Talked to him last night. He said he ain't gonna make it up there.
It's too stressful for him. He's trying to quit smoking.
Well, there's not that many AGCOs pulling.
Any gleaners?
It's not like we're running freaking gleaners down the track. That'd be kind of cool if we did, but
Yeah. Like Klint told him the other day, at least we got gleaner colors on the tractor.
Yeah.
Tucker, how much is a sponsorship for the podium? Storelock wants to know.
However much you want to pay.
Don't tell Jeff that.
Well, let your heart be your guide.
Yep. Joe is a
I love you, Jeff. I wouldn't giving you a hard time for nothing.
Joe is he's spot on there. Whatever he wants to pay, we'll probably take.
Just give us a sticker. We'll stick it on there.
It doesn't have a drawer we can pull out you can stand on.
We can modify that if there's enough steel on it.
Hey, Jeff, I will do that for you in between sessions again this year if you need it.
Carl, it's good to see you're going to be over there announcing. That's great.
Well, thanks, Joe. It's been a minute since we have gotten together, so
yes, I'm looking forward to it.
So
I'm just
good,
looking
good thing I got notice. I got back into my real beer drinking practices. So we'll remember
I'm
how
just
that
excited.
goes.
I'm just excited
You've
to have Carl
re-seasoned
down.
your liver.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have Carl down in the war room afterwards. He always puts a good perspective in the evening.
Yeah.
Well, it's a perspective anyway. So
Hey, Carl.
yeah.
How's your dad doing?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. They they did a tractor ride yesterday. One of the neighbors passed away, and one of the his last request was be taken to the cemetery on a tractor ride, and they got about 12 guys together, and they rode from the church to the cemetery on a tractor ride. So
That's awesome.
yeah, he switched gears pretty heavy. He's once he stopped doing the tractor pulling, he started going on those tractor rides, and then of course he had to put on like 7 of them himself, you know.
Sure.
So, but no, he's doing pretty good.
Good.
Well,
Good to hear.
Dad doesn't have air conditioning at home, so he wants to go on tractor rides. That way he can stay outside and the air moving around.
Yeah. But yeah, the hardest problem he's got is picking out which one to take these days.
Yeah.
So
It's a good problem to have, though.
yeah.
Yeah, I missed the Thresherman down at Pinckneyville. That's where I'm from, originally, Pinckneyville. So always the third weekend of August and October, and I missed it. My wife had brain surgery. They was trying to figure out why she married me.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Did
that.
they come up with an answer?
Yeah, well, she has what they call showery malformation. Not to get too deep in the weeds, but she's better. Some days it's just it's where your brain's too big for your skull. Another thing I'll never be accused guilty of. But it's just something she was born with, and it shows up later on in life. So
Wow.
they can't cure it, but they can just make it a little better. About all it amounts to. So
Well, we're praying for her and for you, Joe. I mean,
I need prayer every day, especially her. She has to put up with me.
Does she still get her money from the state, Joe, for marrying you?
What's that?
Does she still get her money from the state?
I don't know, Jason. Does your wife still get money from the state for marrying you?
Hell yeah! Why do you think she's been here since '98?
Yeah.
I can get her to come. Sarah, how much money do you get from the state? Come here. Come here, baby. Say hi to the guys. Yep, Sarah, we need you. Tucker says you're not real. He thinks I got a fake wife. Sarah, come here. I can't stop the show until you come in here. Come here. We'll give you some Mrs. Schultz. Right now. Yes, you guys see that? Please wait, hostess to be seated sign. There's Mrs. Schultz, guys.
Howdy, y'all.
Sarah, you're really married up big time.
Honey, what's your favorite thing about the Midwest Winter Nationals?
That you leave.
You got one, Kevin.
And then I want to. Remember this, guys?
We're still looking for that.
I hope you left a good tip that night.
I did. That cost me about $1,200 to be real honest with you. So it's going to be okay.
No, I think the alcohol.
Yeah, but like $800 of that was because you're friends with a bunch of alcoholics.
True.
Well, alcohol
different from how?
True.
Yeah, precisely.
Long grass, not the long grass, but the stage.
When Gaffney put it in the sand pile and whatever Tucker paid us, that all went right to the bar. So it's gonna be, I just handed the whole envelope over. So, yes, sir. So,
Hey, Schultz,
yes,
you still owe me a pass on your truck.
you're gonna get it, JR. Don't worry. I kind of messed up this year in Wisner, Nebraska. I can show you the video if you want to throw up in your mouth. No, I have not forgot, JR. I have not forgot.
Your fighting has it on video.
Oh shoot!
Well, the interest is probably $5,000, right?
Yeah.
Now, there might be some interest involved here.
That's fine.
You know,
before we stop tonight, I got one question, and I'll exempt Joe and the What Smoking Garage guys because they're promoters. They don't have to answer this unless they want to. This one will be for Ryan, Carl, and you, Jason. Looking at the entry list, one run. Who's on the list? Who do you really want to see?
Just one?
Just one.
Chippenary.
Why?
Because I've been waiting to watch Brent Chippenary take that super farm down the damn track for probably the better part of 7 years.
That's fair.
5 for certain. 6 probably. So I'm excited to see him. If you told me 2, the Rydalls.
I'll allow it. Excellent.
Because I haven't seen them in 15 years.
Excellent choice.
Mine was
Chippenary. If you're watching, no, they don't want to sponsor the podium. That won't happen.
Why?
Anyway.
Why?
Never mind.
Why? Why won't
An
they
inside
sponsor?
joke. I'll tell you later.
Okay. I didn't know that Roger heard it on the dyno, and I was really excited to see One Mean Farmer because it looked so cool. And Roger was so dominant in 85 Limited Pro, and I wish he would have stayed there and not came to my class. But I was excited to see him run. So, but I'll have to go through the list. I would say Chippenary. I met him out in California in October, but I didn't see his tractor run. There's some good running super farms out there. How many California super farms are there, Zolik? Is like Perry's and all them coming again?
One.
Oh,
just Chippenary?
One.
Yeah, Perry's are kind of in a rebuild process, and they've really been talking around to this 5-inch pro stock deal. So I think they've been doing some scheming and some thinking out there.
I think you're right. There are I've got some text messages from some of the California guys. There's going to be a lot of them in the stands, and I got to meet a lot of them when I was out there in October, so that's going to be fun. So, Carl has to answer. Carl.
Well, of course, I'm going. I'm big on the light limiteds, but I want to see the It's No Joke run. I've never seen that tractor run in person, and that little twin Charger Mini. I'd like to see how that looks up close and personal. So I'm looking forward to that and see if the Jasper boys can give him a run for his money then, of course, as well. So
yep, that's good stuff.
But
I like that, Carl. That'd probably be a top 3 choice for me. Hey, Tucker.
Yes, sir.
Or Woody or JR.
Yes.
Have you had anybody pull at every single event?
John
Oh,
Myers.
I don't know. It'd be
Like John Myers' tractor with the
John
460 Express?
we had the Williams boys. They broke their streak last year. There's been probably a Meyer at every one of our deals, or something that he has touched. Trying to think.
I think John Jr. didn't bring anything one year, but he drove somebody's.
Yeah, he drove somebody's.
1 year. There was 1 year that didn't bring anything. It just weighed parts and stuff, if I remember right. But he was there. I mean, they've been there at every one.
That'd be an interesting thing to look up, and we keep spreadsheets of everything. But yeah, I would say it's probably one of the Badger State hot farms. The many of them that come full probably have been down the track more than any of them.
Rusty Oath is saying Elpers? ?
Elpers have been to a bunch of them from the get-go. I think they missed maybe the first year up at Ship. They didn't make it, but the hot farm Elpers, they've been there just about every year.
Yeah, because Jimmy and Tommy Williams from out in Virginia, they've been there just with the exception of last year, but
they've been there every year.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's we yeah.
Joe knows I'm personally pulling it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get stuck.
We got a lot better exit way for semis at Ship. And during a blizzard.
Yeah. There's no deep ditches to fall off it. Well, I guess there is, but you have to be pretty bad off.
Yeah, Michael Peterson, Mike Robbins. I forgot about Mike. Yeah, I bet Mike has probably been to every one of them since he started pulling.
Fire in the hole.
Yep.
Yep.
He started out as a big pro farm, then he went down to hot farm. But I bet Mike might be right. Robbins might be the one that's hit them all.
Well,
and he stood on that podium plenty of times too, hasn't he?
Yeah, up until a couple 3 years ago, Anderson's was at every one too.
Clint, what about any strong sponsorship, consistent sponsorship over the years? Who have been your bigger?
Hillsboro Equipment. Don, he's been a sponsor since day one with us. Jeff Suits Ag Repair. He's been there since day one. All the time sponsors classes. We've had hundreds of different sponsors through the years. River Valley Performance is there every year, helping us out. It's just on and on and on. But we never really had a title sponsor other than we did Diamond Pistons one year bought a title sponsor, but we've never really been able to land a big title sponsor yet. But we keep trying. We have a lot of really good small sponsors, and we make it go with that. But we appreciate everybody. I mean, it takes a lot of money to put this thing on, and they went for those guys helping us out. We couldn't do it.
When interest rates go down again, Tucker, the Schultz mortgage team will jump in. Okay, but right now, after my Wisner run, so JR can't drive my tractor right now, and interest rates going up, I got to be a little more careful, if you know what I'm saying. What year was year number one at Rantoul or Gifford? I feel like they call that place 5 different things.
2005.
Yeah, 2005.
I stopped in Rantoul this morning for gas about 6 o'clock, and the hotel I used to stay in right off the interstate is gone. It's the chain link fence. There's an excavator in the middle of a pile of rubble. It's not there.
Probably a good thing too.
Yeah, well, we had a good time. I'll just say that.
Lots of secrets died when that excavator moved in.
Yes, yes, exactly.
That might have been a good thing.
Was that the one?
That means they really need to knock down that Steak and Shake in Champaign too.
Oh my gosh!
Is that the one that the Badger State guys threw all the pool balls in the pool? They said that was a pool. They said the pool balls had to go in the pool that year, the very first year in 2005.
Might have been. I remember Andrew sleeping underneath the sink, literally.
Yeah, this is the first year. This is the first year before we got down to the black dirt. The first year at Gordonville, the track was kind of brown. After that, we had to go a little bit deeper to get the black stuff.
This is 2005, guys. And if you ever want to hang out, we did an accidental late night with Clint Tucker one night. Let's Go Pulling went deep into the evening, and he knows more about pulling or he's forgot more about pulling. And that was so fun that night, Clint. So. Hey, JR, somebody texted me saying, by the way, you still owe me a pass on the remedy. Somebody has your phone, JR. So, okay, I'm going to turn some tunes on. You guys hear that?
Not at all.
Let me turn the audio on. I think I skipped it.
If that's a Gettinger Glass Nose 66, I need one of those. Just saying.
This the Bulldog announcing?
It probably was in that era.
The first year we had Art and Stacy.
That sounds like Art.
Is that a tractor or a steam engine?
Oh, okay. This is.
All right, I'll let it play. I'll just put it on mute. I just wanted to do that, so it's kind of fun. I'll let this
That
play
was,
for a
that
while.
was
We'll
one of
wrap
the
it
mod
up, Charles.
tractors that came from out. I think that's one of the tractors that came from out east. That was the first time I got to hear that sound inside a building, and that pretty much made the light pro class happen in the Midwest. Nobody had ever heard that sound before because we were all super farms.
And then a few
Well,
years
Charles?
later, Caleb Ogle showed up and showed us what that sound was like when he add like 3,000 RPM to it.
Just a few more.
Joe, what's your shirt size?
Extra
Robert Danner
large.
wants to know. Extra large?
Yep.
Okay.
Small.
Charles, go ahead and sum it up, and then I'll turn this video back on. I'll let it play with the audio, okay?
This is the Super Bowl of single charger classes. We're going to bring everybody from what is it, 20 some odd states plus Canada together and on a common playing field. It's a track that's going to bring you to your knees. It's a kind of a place where it's going to be warm. You won't have to be uncomfortable to be there, but you absolutely will have to bring your A game to see what you've got against the sleds that we bring. And I'm excited for it. I'm happy to see everybody play together again. You get multiple shots at it if you're willing to take the opportunity. And let's see what you got for Midwest Winter Nationals. We're going to do it one more time. This is going to be awesome.
See everybody this week.
Rock on.
There we go, Bill McInerney. Wasted time. We wait them all. A couple of them nice things will grow around pretty well. Bill McInerney has a wasted life out of Iowa. I remind you also that we are going to have we got a little hard time to write down here amongst some good pass for George Schaefer out of Martinsburg, Missouri. John Davis and the 7810 John Deere. Yes, we did. That unfortunately is a Dairy Queen. Did not stop at the signal and like us Danny was on the back. All right, looks like we're ready to go with Ray Telling and John Deere 8410. Everybody got a little squirrel up there. So, not doing any passing on it. The tractor is for sale. We're going now with Jason Forrester and a Papa Spur, Ford 9000, up running forward. Our favorite person will be he was hustling right down there. Could be in the finals. Very good pass for Jason Forrester and the Ford 9000. We'll see how they come here at the 4. Well, now that it can get here, it has no place to put it. It's more than likely going to cross over completely off on the intake there, so pops the intake side pressure hose and tough break for Bobby Maxwell. Running New Holland, the Moody Blue. Logan and Lauren Smith. John Hagan, I hope you were paying attention, buddy. There's 1 hour. It's desert sand and flat blue arm. Down a pretty tough run, you know, down like red, isn't the line fixing thick? Just not gonna be able to take advantage of Moody Blue. Driver. authority here out of Washington, Missouri. Hey, come fix up the order here a little bit with the fire yard there. 4430. Good shot for Toby Markley. Bad deal right there for Tony. Yeah, one attempt left. And he pulled out of the lineup before. Give hands up break for Tony Workman. That attempt, it was his second attempt. He did not fly. So unfortunately, he'll have the problem fixed for the the Light Super and the 10 Pro Farm. You may pull your numbers down here in the entry booth in about 10 minutes. So if you make your way towards the entry booth, please. We're ready to go with Ryan Salamine out of Maybe, Michigan. Ryan Salamine out of Maybe, Michigan. His case size 7220, calling in the 2001 Nationals. Now, rules pretty standard on these no matter where we're at, in that they run a 3-in, 3-out shot. All right, nice pass. Jason Flood has the green flag, ready to go. That go Alice. 9675 there. Didn't like the way that work is coming up, so he's going to recheck his thinking here. Need to pull off tractor, please. All right, he got another attempt left here, so we'll see what happens. Our next contestant is ready to go here, and we've got the Mr. Bosworth gets the International 3688, quite a pounding here. Of the pit building, please. Need a welder to the northwest corner of the pit building, please. dirt to the north building, please. All right, we're on home, please. What the hell was that? No light there. Which includes the NTA and West Central Tractor Pulling Association for 3 years. Nice pass on the hayride too. Quick cornfield. Portage, Wisconsin. Johnny from Missouri, would you please go back to pit area and pick up your tires? Johnny from Missouri, would you go back to the pit area and pick up your tires, please? Yeah. A1 snow removal. Group down AJ snow removal. Oh my, that was an expensive mistake. Yeah, keep sliding that one there when we should the iron and this thing early this morning, so I think they're on a little bit of trouble when he unloaded out here. He said, well, he's been probably on the tip bar or something. You get the little kitty car all wound up there till you run out of steam. Has get a load of this. Elimination round there, final elimination round for 9,300 pound super farms this afternoon. And top 5 on this will go into the finals tonight. John Strickland, tractor driven by Mark Denninger. All right, now that we got that job done, Brad decided it's broke anyway, so we're gonna pull it out of there. That serious tractor breathes a little better in the beginning. Don't think about it. E2 will return to the starting line as he chose to exercise his proud gear and it didn't get lit up. So drag you back down there and see what happens. Bill Piggenbaum, Bill's kicking his helmet off like he thinks he's out of business. Runs are down to the wheel switch turn here, still making power. Good to bad. Together and Osborne, the driver, and the old black man. The placement is still the same on it. It's still at 264 feet. So I apologize, Mr. Wells, it's your tractor, but your name was nowhere on there. I'm sorry. Red Iron, Robbie Davidson, International 1066. Comes Diesel Performance Engineering Inc. And, my engineer to do that, I'll bet. Or they will after I try just a little bit of it. Very nice fast way down here. We got 266.05 to beat. Right down from the old Black Magic cage. Sponsored by the Lady K Farms here. Sponsored by Mike's Repair Shop out of Burlington, Wisconsin. Who's getting ready to start? 966 known as the Teacher's Pet. All right, let's get started. Well, as you got on there on a rough start, but working the pedals pretty hard, and that takes discipline. No doubt about it. Matthew Cassidy out of Burlington, Wisconsin.